Hello, and welcome back to the Trailblazers We Love series. Today, I am really excited to talk to one of my favorite Trailblazers, Jarret Fawcett. Jarret, thank you so much for being with us today.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here.
Yay! So, I'm going to ask you a couple questions. And the first one I want to know is how did you get started in the Salesforce ecosystem?
A friend of mine introduced me to it in 2018, and I was kind of looking for another job then at my previous career, and I started on Trailhead a little bit, and then kind of tapered off for a while, and then went to Tech Elevator and got a cert in full stack development, and then a friend of mine referred me for a job for a great company, and it took me 4 days to go from 8,900 points to a ranger, just because I was so excited about it and working in the ecosystem.
It's so cool. It's such a cool story. And I think one of the favorite Trailblazer stories is somebody who's recareered. And so, knowing that that's what you've done is fascinating and exciting. And I think you talked a little bit about Trailhead, and I know that's one of your favorite Salesforce resources, but do you have any other favorite Salesforce resources?
Yeah, definitely. Apex Hours is something I watch endlessly. And also Salesforce Ben, because the Salesforce Ben is always on top of it.
Those are really good resources. And I personally have never been to an Apex hour, so I'll make sure that we get that link from you so that we can put it in the show notes. And Salesforce Ben, you're right. Anything you need to know, you can definitely source on Salesforce Ben. So what do you think the most underrated Salesforce product is, or the best kept Salesforce secret?
I don't know. I think one that's underused really is the live chat. There's a lot of alternatives for it, but I think like if you're using Salesforce Service Cloud, you should be using their live chat.
Salesforce live chat is, I agree with you. I do think it's under-resourced, underrepresented, and people should keep thinking about how can they take all of their performances, all of their technology, and put it in one place. And that's one of the things that I think is so great about Salesforce. I don't think that I would have been able to predict when I started working on Salesforce all of the great things that Salesforce has been able to tie in so that the platform really runs the gamut. But I'm going to put you on the spot and ask you to make a Salesforce prediction.
Oh man. All right. I think they're going to retire Visual Force. And I think they're going to force Lightning Web Components.
That's interesting. I'm going to write all of these predictions down so we can see which ones come true. That's awesome. Well, we want to know more about you personally too, not just Salesforce, Jarret, but tell me, what else do you like? I would love to hear a recommendation for a book or a podcast, a cooking show, something that you love that is not related to Salesforce.
Pets.
That's awesome.
My recommendation is to adopt, don't shop.
Oh, that's so awesome. Tell us about your pet.
She's hiding right now. Her name's Gizmo. She's a very fluffy cat.
I think pets were one of the best things about the pandemic. It was like people were home and they're like, I would like to have something else living in my house. And so one of the best things that happened was watching all of the pet adoption places say like, we're actually fresh out. Every pet has been adopted.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Well, Jarret, tell everybody where they can find you. How can people connect with you?
Oh man, you can find me on LinkedIn, and I guess you could just email me.
That is awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today, Jarret. It was amazing to connect with a trailblazer that we love.
Thanks for having me, Shannon.